Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single time.
Turning 40 is a strange time. I know this because I'm 40 right now. You still feel like you're capable of doing a lot of things that you did when you were younger, but you can't deny that you've been slowing down. Not to mention the times when you catch yourself letting out a relaxing exhale when you sit down on the couch after a long day at work. But the reality is that you're no longer in your 20s, and if you had taken an extended break from working out, you should most definitely not even try training like you did back in your 20s. Welcome to the Workout Nerd Out. I'm Julio Lopez. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist and certified personal trainer with over 8 years of experience in personal training. And I also have my master's degree in nutrition. I came upon this article published by the New York Times and written by writer Danielle Friedman, titled How You Should Change Your Workout Once You Hit 40. I'm going to give my takes on the article's strengths and discuss some of the things that I would like to add that will benefit the folks that are in their 40s. Let's get it started. Folks that have not been particularly consistent with their workouts for quite some time and just getting back into the gym now that they're in their 40s, they're sure to find out that their balance is no longer as good as it once was, especially for those working sedentary jobs like attorneys, accountants, and administrative professionals. Just about every time I get a new client like this, assuming that they don't have any complications to their lower body, I like to test them out with a stationary bodyweight split squat. If they're struggling to maintain their balance while standing in the staggered stance, I instruct them to hold onto a nearby machine. As I tell my clients, reteaching yourself to stay balanced while in a staggered stance will get easier with practice, so don't fret if you're not doing too well right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to go back to the gym for aesthetic purposes when you're in your 40s. Whether it's for an upcoming wedding or a vacation, it doesn't matter. But as I do with all my personal training clients, I still want you to perform compound workouts as well. By this, I mean employing exercises that work multiple muscle groups, such as the squat and deadlifts. While I still use the leg extension and leg curl machines for specifically targeting the quads or hamstrings, I do have a real affinity with squats and deadlifts because of their demands on the entire body to be able to do them safely. Including squats and deadlifts can also be really helpful when you're helping your kids move into their college dorm rooms because you're now more likely to be more familiar with lifting heavy objects off the floor than if you only did exercises on the machines. Do you know what's meant by progressive overload? This basically means that once your strength improves and you're using the same weight has become easier, you're going to increase the weight. For example, let's say you were bench pressing 100 pounds for 10 repetitions, and now you're able to do more than 12 repetitions. You can now add some weight just so that you can get back to only being able to do 10 repetitions. Not only can this style of training help you increase your muscle strength, it can also be effective in maintaining and growing muscle mass. The writer of this New York Times article briefly mentions that muscle mass is lost by about 3 to 8% per 10 years after age 30. While lifting weights is helpful in reducing muscle loss, it can't outright stop it. In other words, even if you're training like a savage every week from age 30 to age 70, you're still physically vulnerable in your 70s. Nevertheless, you will be in a much better place if you did train like that versus not training at all. After age 40, it becomes more difficult for you to lose fat and skin will be losing its tightness. Exercising can help manage body fat and maintain muscle mass, which can allow you to keep a younger appearance longer than folks that didn't exercise at all. When it comes to your workouts after age 40, I can't stress enough the importance for you to know your goals and be honest about your limitations. For example, if you've been sedentary for over a decade, you shouldn't even try performing compound lifts like a deadlift without seeking the help of a qualified professional like a personal trainer. That way they can observe your technique. If you can't afford working with a personal trainer, film yourself from the side view and compare it to training videos and books from exercise specialists. Someone with a CSES credential is a pretty good start. Also, if you want me to take a gander at your technique and tell you where you can improve, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help. Personally, one of the biggest changes with training after turning 40 is not so much about the workouts, but the pre-workout meals and snacks. Like for me, I'm no longer able to do whatever exercise I wanted to do, regardless of what I had to eat before I started working out. I noticed that back in my 30s and had to start taking mental notes of what foods made me feel bloated or lethargic. Now in my 40s, I'm having to carefully plan what foods I eat based on how much time before I have to work out. For example, if I have less than an hour, I'm probably only going to have a banana. If I've got more than 3 hours, I can usually have a larger meal. But I still have to be careful about what type of foods I select, so that way I'm not feeling bloated at the gym. In conclusion, for you young folks, when you hear us older folks talking about how much it sucks that we have to age, we're not lying. On that same note, younger folks, make sure that you're paying attention to the instructions given you by your coaches, because doing things like skipping your pre-workout warm-ups is going to come back and bite you in the butt when you get older. For some of you, this is probably going to happen in your 30s. For others, it might even happen before you even turn 30. That does it for the Workout Nerd Out. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you know anyone who can benefit from this video, be sure to share it with them. Until next time, I'll see you on the next Workout Nerd Out.